Good morning, Bunners. We're here today with Joel McGuinness, who is the general manager of Bunbury Regional Entertainment Centre.
Hello, how you doing?
How you going?
Good.
And he's also running for Bunbury City Council. He's one of the candidates.
I am.
Yeah, so what motivated you to want to do the council?
I think what motivated me to run for council this time was I've been in Bunbury for nearly 5 years now, and through my work at the entertainment centre, I work with a lot of community groups and a lot of younger crew and all sorts of people. But people come to me often and talk to me how Bunbury could be better or should be better, and I sold our house in Chullora and bought a house in town in Bunbury, and I just thought, right, well, I need to put my money where my mouth is and actually be part of a solution for some of these things that we see around the place. And I feel I have a pretty good handle on what's happening within the community, and it's something that makes me feel really happy and gives me a sense of purpose, I suppose, the work that I do now. I'd like to expand on that through being involved in council.
So what are your passions?
I'm really passionate about the arts and culture. That's my background. I come from a community arts background, so I'm really passionate about that. I think the difference that getting involved in the community can do is a really powerful thing. So whether that's arts and culture, or whether it's through sport and being involved in sport, whether it's just getting involved in it as a volunteer, I think by participating in community life, we can make a really real difference to the whole community.
You'd work with a lot of volunteers here.
Yeah, huge amount of volunteers here at Breck. Our Breck Club, there's about 800 members of the organisation, and about 200 that volunteer all the time.
Wow.
But growing up in the country, I grew up in Nannup in Denmark. I got involved at our local arts council when I was 16. And as a committee member when I was 16, I was the youngest committee member they'd ever had. And I just really, it made a huge difference to me in my life by being involved in the community, whatever that means for people. So I'm really passionate about that. I'm passionate about business tourism and what that can do for our city. I think that...
Can you explain what is business tourism?
Yeah, sure. So business tourism, I think I felt, and I haven't been in Bunbury for 20 years, or I didn't grow up here, but I felt a sense of Bunbury trying to find its identity, like what Bunbury is and what's our point of difference.
Yep.
I don't think we're the events capital of Western Australia. That's what Busselton does, and they do that really well. They have so many events there. Margaret River is, really big on wine tourism and that sort of thing. And I think that we have aspects of that. But what can we do what's our point of difference? Mm-hmm. I think that tourism is important, but I also think that business tourism. So business tourism is people coming down for conferencing or for events. That's not just Breck. That's to the lighthouse has expanded. They've got great facilities there. Yep. So coming down, we're less than 2 hours from Perth. So coming down for a weekend, for a couple of days with a corporate group. So a lot of people run training sessions. They come down, they do training. We've had a lot of conferences and stuff here at Breck, but I think that we can have a real point of difference that that's not available anywhere else in the state. We've got great accommodation here. We've got great food and wine. We've got the dolphins. We've got beautiful natural beauty as well. So I think we can really use that to get people into the city and spending money locally.
Yeah. So you had the Ozzfest here. That was quite a big success. Would that be a combination of the arts and culture and business tourism?
Absolutely.
Because they're promoting their business.
Yeah, it's Cinefest Oz, the film festival. Cinefest Oz was great.
It was awesome.
It was really cool, and I think that's exactly those sorts of events. So Cinefest Oz is started in Busselton, and they have a lot of the winery and satellite events there. What they're wanting to do in Bunbury, which is exactly on that, is they're wanting to do the industry events. So we had a China delegation of filmmakers and film financiers here, and this year it was only about 40 people. Yep. They had a lot of Chinese delegates with interpreters. We had a lot of film people from Screen West and people like that. That's the industry component, and that's the business tourism component. There's a proposal for the Directors Guild of Australia, which is all film directors coming here.
Wow.
We'd love to have, as part of Cinefest Oz, expand that and have conferences and workshops and stuff here at the Breck facilities, but also, not just at Breck, but around in other businesses as well. So, perfect example of it. We've had conferences like the Southwest Development Commission and other conferences that are about the whole Southwest here at Breck as well. And so I think that's I think that's something that we can do really well.
I think there is a lot of potential around town to have that sort of thing. They're overlooked. There is a lot of event venues. Yeah. There's some great places, and I think we have the best of both worlds here in Bunbury, and that's not in a cliche way, but we are still a big country town, which is a beautiful thing. I think that's great. Yes.
We have that sense of community. We have a sense of knowing people in town. I love walking down the main street or wherever and seeing people I know all the time. So you've got that kind of country feel, but we have great facilities. We have a university here. We have great healthcare facilities. So, okay, we're the best. So we're the best of both worlds. We can be a city. We've got great restaurants down the main street. We've got the waterfront. We've got the Dolphin Discovery Centre. So, how can you use the best of both worlds and make that and be really proud of that so people want to come here?
Yeah.
I think we need to get a lot better. Bunbury needs to get a lot better at saying, hey, this is an awesome part of the world. We need to say that. And, and stand up and go, this is an awesome part of the world, not be kind of shy and not say we're actually a really good place on the way to somewhere better.
The gateway to the Southwest.
Yeah, gateway, and in subtext was to somewhere better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Refreshingly close to somewhere better. It's actually, this is awesome. This is a destination. Come here, and then keep going elsewhere as well.
I think we should be proud of Bunbury too.
I'm incredibly proud of where we live. Yeah.
So that covers the business tourism and the arts and culture. There was another area that you said Bunbury has potential to lead the state. That was community development.
Yeah.
Can you explain? I don't quite know
what that means either. Sure. No. So community development is about the community being a part of the growth of our city. So using the community groups that are here, the knowledge that's already in the community, and that's what I talk about, participation and getting involved. So there's the community groups, whether it's the Rotary Club, which is amazing in Bunbury, the Lions Club, so service clubs. There is the Milligan House that run training centres. There's a lot of great community groups that are here locally. How do we harness those creative ideas, those people who get involved in the community, and develop the community to the kind of city that we want to live in? So I think using the community members that are actively involved to shape our city for the future. So we have a voice as a cohesive group of people that work together. So that's what community development is. And at the City of Bunbury now, they have a whole directorate which is community development. They have community development officers that work with local libraries, they work with sporting groups, they work with the Youth Advisory Council, they work with places like Breck, Stirling Street Arts Centre. So it's working with all of those community groups to develop the community, move it forward, and an identity.
And feel part of it.
Yeah, exactly. And what is our identity as a city? It's what's our point of difference, and it's almost like describing it as with its own characteristics of what do we want our city to be, what is it already, and where will it be in the future.
And do you think there's, I noticed that Cinefest, and actually the film that won Cinefest was Indigenous people.
Yeah.
Do you think there's some groups with the Indigenous that we can cohesively work with as well?
Absolutely. I think it's a huge part of our story as a city and as the Southwest. We're in Noongar country. I think that's really important to have the Indigenous story as part of our collective history. Yeah. It is part of it. It's not, it already is. So how do we embrace that?
Yeah.
How do we have signage? There's this great signage project that happened, it was a few years ago now, saying where Marston Hill is and saying where the beach was. We should have those signs in Noongar language as well. What are the names of those places? So I think with the whole idea of Indigenous reconciliation or involvement, people get sort of scared off and think it's a big scary thing. It's not. It doesn't have to be. The first point is just being inclusive and asking those people to be involved in our day-to-day life.
Yeah. So congratulations as well. You won Southwest Business Person of the Year last year.
I did.
And you also helped to achieve this massive, impressive expansion of Breck. So you worked a lot with community. Yeah. Yeah. What did you learn and what did you get out of that?
Yeah. I think that was one of the main reasons I wanted to run for council. The Business Person of the Year award was just a nice bonus.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah, it was. And well, the cool thing about it was that my staff nominated me without me knowing. And I went to the awards, and I didn't even know I was nominated, and sitting there, and then they read out the nominees, and then I won. But it was my staff who did that in their own time to put this application together. So that was really special. But tying back to that sort of question, and I guess just to wrap up, is that's what made me want to run, is that I feel like I am able to represent the voices of the community really well. That's something I care about passionately. It's what drives everything I do. And the recognition is nice, but I don't do it. You don't do it for that. You do it because I feel like I'm able to represent the voices of the community. People can come to me. And that I can work with a whole range of people. I don't have any bias in terms of, I don't have an agenda other than I want the community to be awesome. And that's where I'm coming from.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we wish you all the best.
Thanks very much.
And do you know what number you are on the ballot?
Number 10 on the ballot.
Number 10 on the ballot. So down near the bottom, open it right up.
Right in the smack bang in the middle. So when I opened the ballot paper, I was like, okay, cool. Oh, yeah, you can see where I am. I know a lot of people were really worried about that. I think it does play a part in it, where you draw the ballot on the paper. But I also think that it shouldn't. But I think people, I give people credit to actually have a bit of a look, read who people are, and get to know who they are. And certainly open to anyone to email me or check out the Facebook page, ask me any questions about. People have been doing that already, asking me what I stand for and that sort of thing. So have a chat at any time.
Awesome, thank you.
Great, thanks very much.
Luck.
Cheers.
We like Joel.